Last week I brought you guys an exclusive install of a new mod on my 2020 Yamaha R1, and today I'm bringing you another exclusive. This is an install of the new Taillight Solution from TST Industries for the 2020 BMW S1000RR. You guys know I've installed several different taillight solutions on my S1000. Here it is in beautiful full carbon from Ilmberger, courtesy of Motivation. So what's going on, guys? I'm Motonosity. I got a few different bikes that I work on all the time. If you guys want to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications, and give this video a thumbs up so more people can find it. I'm really excited for what we're going to be installing today. I originally first installed the New Rage Cycles taillight on my S1000 because it was the only solution available if you wanted to get rid of your factory fender and still have a taillight solution. After a while, another one finally came on the market, and that was the Futurismoto taillight solution. And it actually matches the form of the bike a little bit more. Whereas the New Rage Cycles kit was kind of like a plate with a light on it that sat below the tail. The Futurismoto one is actually molded to the tail of the bike. So you see here, it's kind of got a closeout, and the taillight itself is built in, and that's got turn signal and brake functionality. Obviously, it's pretty close. So I'm not a huge fan of that just from a turn signal solution, because they're so close. It doesn't really, if it's nighttime and only one light is going off, you can't really tell which direction that is other than the turn signal's on. But the quality is really, really nice. So I'm a big fan of this one, and I kept that on there because I think it looks a little bit better than the New Rage Cycles version. However, TST Industries has been working for a long time on their solution. Obviously, with everything going on in the past year, it was a little bit delayed, but they finally have a prototype version that they sent out to me to test out, and I'm really excited. You guys know I like what TST puts out. I put a lot of their products on my bikes. You just can't go wrong with TST, honestly. I've been using them for like 8 years now. I think the first product that I ever put on was for my 2009 R1. In this box is the taillight solution. So let's open it up and take a look. So here we have the taillight solution that TST has come up with, and this actually fits into the slots on the side of the tail. You can get different colored rings right here. So there's one bolt under there, and they actually have it so it threads through this screw. So there's no drilling your tailpiece. It just threads right through there. And then it has these ends right here where it will plug into these pieces right here. And on the other ends of those, it has the OEM style plugs. So that's really, really cool. I like how they did that because I was kind of worried. I thought maybe you would have to drill into your tail. I've got carbon on mine, and I really don't want to drill into the carbon. So the actual material on here is made to be matching for the OEM black plastic. But, of course, I've got carbon, so it's not gonna match for mine. As I showed you guys, if you look at the tail, putting the lights here on the side is a much nicer solution for turn signals, because then it's very apparent which side the lights are illuminating from. But I really like how they look. I think it's a really cool solution. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look on this bike. So let's go ahead and open up this tail and get to work. All right, so I got the whole Futurismoto set up out of the tail. We've got the whole thing. Got the closeout with the light and a little license plate bracket going into the OEM style connectors right here. So like I showed, these will fit into the side. That's right there. And what I had to do, I've taken it off on this side, haven't on this side. So there's a little clip. That's what that bolt screws into that holds this whole section together. I took that out because this is threaded right there, and then it's got an included nut and washer that we're gonna put on this side. The license plate solution is a little bit different. TST makes a standard plate light they include with a lot of their kits. So it's not like custom to this kit. I'll get it installed and see how it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead first and get the lights in and connected so that we can test those out. And then we'll move on to the closeout with the license plate bracket. Got the lights in. I haven't cleaned anything up. I haven't done the closeout or the license plate, but I want to test the lights before I move on. Here they are. They look pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, let's go ahead and test out the light. All right, so we're started up and the lights work. Very cool. Those look freaking amazing. Definitely a very, very unique look compared to any of the other light solutions for the S1000. So let's go ahead and turn on the blinker. And we've got them flashing, very good. Now these will automatically flash in the color of the region bike that you have. If you're buying the same version, it'll flash in the color that it's supposed to flash based on how your bike was flashing the signals and brakes in its OEM state. Go ahead and do the right. So there's the right blinker. I'll go ahead and touch the rear brake, and there we go. Okay, right side works and left side works. Awesome, we're good to go. That was the hard part. Well, kind of. I still have the tail light, but yeah, let's move on to the closeout, see how that mounts up, and we can get this finished up. All right, so I got the closeout in. I think that this might be the same closeout piece that TST makes for their current available Elite 1, I think that's what it's called, the Elite 1 Fender Eliminator, that basically repurposes the factory lights. So I think that's why it has this like inner plate right here. I don't think it's the best closeout solution that I've used before. I think the Gillis one is pretty good, and I really like how the Futurismoto plate is implemented because it has 3 bolts that mount to the inside. It gets the job done. It's sturdy, it's not moving around. I just think it looks a lot more flush on the factory Fender than it does on the carbon fiber. But again, this is a prototype, so all my feedback is gonna go back to the guys over at TST. So next step is the license plate. I really, really like this license plate. Even if I go back to using a different taillight, I still think I'm gonna keep using this license plate because I really, really, really like super low mount license plates. You've got this bracket right here that mounts to the rear passenger peg location. So here I've got some block offs there because I've got mine taken off, but it mounts to the rear one. And I believe the kind of the angled part goes down. So then it'll go right here. And then the top 2 holes of your license plate will mount to those outside elongated holes right there. I'm gonna get this all mounted up off the bike because it's a lot easier to do it that way. And then I'll get it mounted. I'll take off those block offs, get this mounted underneath those, and screw everything down. All right guys, let me show you what I just did. So I'm wiring up the license plate light, but there's not really a way, just like as is, to wire that into the tail of the bike. So what I did was drill a very, very small hole. Now where you're gonna wanna drill it is right here, right in this corner, because that's about as close as you can get to the center that the wire is still gonna be able to access. And the reason being is there is these 2 brackets right here where these 2 pieces of the undertail connect, and you won't be able to get the wire past this bracket without taking your tail apart. And then use some sort of plastic pry tool to pry these apart so you can thread that cable through. And then now I've just got it right here, and it's perfectly sized, and you can't see it because it's right in the groove of this. And it should perfectly hide this wire, and you won't be able to see anything. So, good install. All right, so we got the license plate on. I'm a huge fan. Definitely gonna leave this plate mount here permanently. Even if I go back to a different taillight, which I won't necessarily do, but if I do, I'm definitely gonna leave the plate there because I love that super low mount. That's where I try to put it on each of my bikes, and TST does a good job of making mounting low mounts like that for most sport bikes. And let's go ahead and turn on the bike. Make sure that the light works. It's not on. There we go. Okay, so it just takes a second to turn on. And yeah, only thing left to do is to get the tail back together, put the seats on, and then we can turn this thing on and see how it looks all tidied up. All right, folks, we are done. Let me turn it back on, take a look at it. I think this is gonna look really, really nice at nighttime. Obviously, they're super bright now. You can see them in the day. Also, check this out. So it doesn't only illuminate from the back, it also illuminates in these little rings on the side. Even if you're straight to the side, you can still see the brakes and turn signals. Even if you're way over here, you can still see the brakes and turn signals. It's gonna do a lot better job of actually functioning as turn signals on the motorcycle. I'm a huge fan. I really, really like this. If you guys wanna check it out, I think there may be a, not a pre-order page, but like an informational page on TST so you guys can get notified when it is actually available. So I'll put that link down in the description. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you guys get notified of all the videos when they go live. Otherwise, you guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived. I will see you guys in the next one.